Anthony Joshua versus Jermaine Franklin. Post-fight video. Immediate reaction to the 12-round point decision for Anthony Joshua, which was predicted last night by Uncle James Bashir, who has trained both Joshua and Alexander Usyk. And he's a heavyweight specialist. We're going to break it down and talk about it on BWTM Sports. Don't go anywhere. So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to BWTM Sports Gaming. We're here. Post-fight as promised. Absolute garbage truck juice. God. Well, where do we begin with all of this? I'll tell you where we begin with all this. We begin with the fact that James Bashir, Uncle James Bashir, was absolutely correct. The fight went 12 rounds. He said that AJ had won a unanimous point decision. I didn't hear exactly what the scores were, but once you got to the 12 rounds, you knew that AJ was going to win the fight on points. Immediate thoughts. Remember I was talking to you all back. People say I look too deep into things. When they were asking AJ about the game plan, he didn't seem like he wasn't forthcoming about the game plan. Oh, he's going to knock him out. He wasn't forthcoming about the game plan. But then when you talked about Jermaine Franklin, he was more open about the game plan, what he wanted to do. He came to win. He genuinely came, Jermaine Franklin, to win the fight. But I think Jermaine Franklin actually expected a tougher fight. I think he thought he was actually going to get knocked out by AJ in there, but he took AJ's best shots. I have to say a lot of AJ shots look like they've been pulled. Look, I've got some very bad news for AJ fans. Very bad news. The guy is finished. He's shot, mentally shot. He's finished. AJ was stepping around. He was doing. He learned a foot shuffle, or he learned a two-step. 2 steps to the left, 2 steps to the right. 2 steps to the left, 2 steps to the right. Throw a right hand, stand behind a jab. And I said that Derek James would have him doing the bare minimum. Let me tell you something. Derek James looked like he wanted to make a comeback and get in the ring, and probably would put on a better performance than AJ tonight. Derek James seemed to have more energy in that corner than AJ had for that whole fight. So there's some guys that were talking I was listening to their commentary tonight while I was watching the fight and on YouTube. And I thought to myself, they were saying how AJ, what did they say about AJ? AJ, when you get big, when you look big like AJ looks like that, you look like he may have overtrained. And one of the signs of overtraining and you lack confidence is that you don't have confidence in your fitness, is that you don't throw as many punches through the 12 rounds. And so you kind of pace yourself because you don't have confidence in your fitness and you don't have confidence in your chin. And his nose was busted earlier, and they were saying these guys are pretty good, American dudes. These guys were talking about AJ. I love the way they talk. It was Boxing Gems guy on there. He was talking about Emmanuel Stewart, his time working with Emmanuel Stewart, talking about all the different promoters. Really, really good in-depth insight. I love stuff like that. And he talked about AJ's nose being busted. Possibly it could have been busted in sparring. But anyway, Derek James knew what he wanted AJ to do. And I said Derek James had learned about Anthony Joshua on the night of the fight. You can look great on the bags. You can look great in sparring. You can look great walking out to the ring. You can look great in press conferences. You can look the part. And he looks a unit. He looks a unit. He's a unit. He's a bruiser. He's a unit. But when he gets down to nitty-gritty now, Anthony Joshua is shot to bits. Absolutely shot. Here. And once this is gone, there is no hope for you. No matter how much smashing of hitting trees and smashing tires and running fast and getting big muscles, the guy's shot here. He's shot here. Now, could you imagine tonight that same Joshua going up against Tyson Fury, or God forbid, sticking him in the ring with Deontay Wilder? Just for 1 second. Look how small Jamaica, once again, Joshua struggling against smaller fighters. And once again, people say I look into things too much. When I told you about Joshua, and when he was saying, even if Franklin kicked my ass, Tyson Fury still needs me. This man is all about the money. And that's fine, but don't expect the performances. He's looking to get in boxing, fight, but don't get hit, don't get hurt too much, and get the next payday. Secure the bag. That is what Anthony Joshua is. Anthony, secure the bag, Joshua. That's what it is now. Or Anthony, two-step Joshua. That's what it is. Or Anthony, show more passion and anger and more bad man after the fight and start pushing and carrying like a madman after the fight than you actually do when you're in. If the Anthony Joshua that did that rant with Alexander Usyk actually fought Usyk, then he might have had a better performance because he had a bit more passion. If the Anthony Joshua that did what he did at the end with Franklin and took that approach against Franklin at the beginning of the fight and not the end of the fight, that's not a bully mentality. But I couldn't do it in the fight, so I'm going to try to do it after the fight. And it's like the guy's lost it, shot to bits up here. I don't know if it's the pressure, but guy's shot to bits. Absolutely shot to bits. Sorry. And the thing is, you can't spin this. You got to give him another warm-up fight. I told you Derek James was taking man down to the basics. And when Derek James came out and said, I don't care how we win this fight, I just want the win. That was always a bad sign. Always a bad sign. So a lot of the things that were said pre-fight, and they brought alarm bells, and people said, are you looking too much into it? I was concerned. Maybe things didn't go in camp the way that, and Anthony Joshua talked about, if it doesn't go well, I'm not blaming Derek James. Don't blame Derek James. It's on me. So, it's like I said, Derek James looked like he could have put a better fight on against and let's see what people are saying. AJ, too big, not enough, stick on the jab, needs to jab more and stop throwing arm punches with the right hand. Money, make a room, terrible matchmaking, choosing small, fast opponents. Yes, because the people on the matchmakers have not got a clue. I told you, it is money makers, not matchmakers. Matchroom make money, they're not matchmakers because they've destroyed every other. And oh, by the way, Sonny Edwards, you've joined Matchroom. Be prepared to get knocked out. You haven't been knocked out yet, but don't worry, Matchroom will arrange it for you to get knocked out. So carry on, my friend. You've signed with Matchroom, you're getting knocked out. Don't worry about it. Matchroom will match you into a fight or you'll get your ass knocked out. Sorry, that's the end of Sonny Edwards. Moving on. Sorry, I have to say that because it is what it is. Hi, Ingram. Hi, Soldier. How you doing? Hope you're well. Yeah, I've never fallen asleep on an Anthony Joshua fight. I think about round 8, I started doing this. You get them big fights before the actual main event in America. You get that fight that always goes 11, 12 rounds, and you're like this, and your eyes are kind of like doing this. And before you know it, you hear ding, 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 ding. This is the main event of the evening. You're like, oh, it's fight time. Yeah, I was doing that during the Anthony Joshua fight. Terrible. Absolute garbage. Why did he fight after 12 rounds? Strange. You wonder if Anthony Joshua has actually lost the plot. You do wonder. DOG's laughing. Hey, bro. Hey, how you doing? Now, how's AJ coming into the ring with bloody nose? What the F? Always problems with AJ. Don't know. Got inspiring. Or I don't know. Who was commentating on your feed? It was Boxing Gems. I didn't actually do a feed. It's Boxing Gems I was watching. I do like the channel. It's sad we have lost the old AJ. The old AJ is a myth. The old AJ is a myth. The old AJ is the guy that fought Andy Ruiz and got knocked out. That's your old AJ. AJ was never any better than that guy got knocked out by Andy Ruiz. That is the cold, honest truth. A lot of the rest of the stuff that people believe in AJ is fantasy. It's Hercules. It's not real. It's not real. It is fantasy. It is out of Hearn's playbook of stay humble when he's never been humble. It's just like hype, media. They built a guy up that they thought was the Incredible Hulk, but he's more the Incredible Sulk. I'm telling you. Hype. Not saying he wasn't a good fighter, but there's a good fighter and there's a great fighter. You were calling Joshua a great fighter. You were comparing Joshua to Lennox Lewis. People were actually saying he was better than Lennox Lewis. He was better than Mike Tyson. He was better than Evander Holyfield. He was actually commentating and he said that, frankly, Anthony Joshua was making Jermaine Franklin look like James Toney. I mean, he was getting hit with right hands, left hooks, cleanly as well. And you just think to yourself, imagine if that was Wilder hitting with that right. Let's not even go there. Wilder will get this guy out of there within 2-3 rounds. I'm not joking. It's the first right hand that lands. Wonder who AJ was talking about when he said someone from the UK will knock out Franklin. Strange words. Yeah, maybe Daniel Dubois. I don't know. But the other thing the guy was saying, he said, don't be surprised now that Franklin will get himself in a top 10, probably the IBF. His reasoning behind it was this. I'm listening and thinking, this guy's talking some sense. The reason why I think Franklin's going to get a top 10 rating in the IBF is because he got a dodgy decision against Whyte, and he went to points against Joshua and made Joshua look ordinary. So Franklin will get a top 10 ranking out of the IBF. And I believe that Franklin, before this fight tonight, he was ranked number 35 in the world. That's what he's telling me. That's not good. That's not good. Dazn need to fire Bellew. One of his scorecards, and 2 for scrapping with Franklin's team family ringside. Listen, I'll tell you something now. When you've got, Derek Chisora has become the new Tony Bellew in terms of that bodyguard stuff. Derek Chisora is everywhere now. Dazn is just, it's very painful to watch. Just turn the volume down and don't listen to what they've got to say. What happened to Bellew altercation with Team Franklin ringside? I don't know. I didn't see it. But that's just Bellew being Bellew, isn't it? Maybe he wants to fight against Jermaine Franklin next. AJ post-fight interview was weird. Where I don't know. Bellew trying to be main character again. There you go. He only fights once a year. Is that the excuse now? AJ gone. I'm sorry. I love what he's done for British boxing. He's shot. No, he's gone. He's finished. Finito. What the hell has he been doing with Derek James? Top 5 will crush him. Yes, what he's been doing with Derek James is step to the left, step to the right, step to the left, step to the right, grab and hug, step to the left, step to the right. And he was meant to put some pardon if there's any females in the room, he's meant to put some dick in that shot, in that punch. Well, if he's putting dick in the punch, maybe that dick didn't have Viagra because he probably was a dick that didn't have an erection. Because I didn't see anything I didn't see any punch in there. I didn't see any technique in AJ that showed me that he was really punching with the intention to knock Franklin out. He looked like he was pulling some of them shots. And I don't know it's because AJ is gun shy. And if he's gun shy and he's concerned about guys that are smaller than him attacking him, that was the wrong fight to have picked. It was better he fought Dillian Whyte. But think about this for a second. Imagine Dillian Whyte had caught in one of them big left hooks. The ref was a disgrace as usual. I want the old AJ back. Well, if you want the old AJ back, I tell you what you do. Go back and run the tape back from before the Ruiz fight. Or run the tape back up to the Ruiz fight. That's the old AJ right there. The old AJ is the AJ that got beat by Andy Ruiz. That's your AJ because he was aggressive, he was coming forward, and that same AJ got himself knocked out. So that's your old AJ. Dazon's comms silent when Franklin was landing. Embarrassing. Yep, that is it. They expected Franklin to get rolled over. Bam Bam Rodriguez ruins Sonny Edwards. Well, we know that when you join DAZN and Matchroom, that is your career has come to an end. Most will call it the graveyard. Your career has finished. It's finished before it started. That's it. He's finished. So Sonny Edwards obviously wants a beating. So he's gone to Matchroom to get a beating. Sonny signed the devil contracts. You can get hurt for money. That's it. You know what it is. You know what it is. Adam Smith is way better than Costello. Never liked Costello. AJ needs to fight Wilder and put us all out the misery. You're right. AJ think performance was worthy of fighting for WBC title next. I told you. AJ said, I told you it's all about the bag for AJ. And the quicker people pick it out, the better. When I told you, AJ said, even if Franklin kicked my ass, I'm still going to fight Fury because Fury needs me. What he's really saying is, regardless of what happens in the Franklin fight, I will fight Fury because I need the bag. That's what it is. Manufactured. Remember I said the word Frankenstein? Well, yeah, that's what it is. Even Derek James can't help him. I think Derek James was embarrassed at one point. Can you imagine what Lennox would have done to Franklin? Like how he fought Davey Tua, right? Wilder KOs AJ. Wilder always KO'd AJ. Did you see Conor Benn smacking the mic out of Gareth's hands? I did, but I'll be checking that out as well. Does Joyce beat AJ? Of course he does. Oh, just one more question to ask, especially this AJ. One more question to ask. Do you think that AJ's behavior has got any connection to do with roid rage? Is that roid rage? That's what I'm asking. I think DJ might have finished Franklin if he were in the ring. Can see the frustration from DJ of AJ's lack of ability fitness. Well, I told you, didn't I? I told you. Derek James will know about AJ tonight. He'll go, look, man, look, man. Got a guy in there. There's, 6'1", count punch. And you doing what? Why was AJ pouring with a jab? He would not commit. Gun shy. That's it. Why was Adam Smith still absent? Have you heard what's going on? Any sources? No. Gun shy. Dillian begging for another undeserved payday. He shouldn't be in another pay-per-view after Fury fight. Didn't bother doing any press disrespecting fans. Fine. Well, Franklin doesn't have tour power. Lennox would have walked through him. He didn't walk through Evander Holyfield. It didn't work for Zelka Mavrovich. My boy, Zelka Mavrovich. Love Zelka Mavrovich. That was a bad man, Zelka Mavrovich. DJ needs to drop AJ. Adam Smith apparently has big gambling problems. When was the roid rage in the actual fight? It wasn't. It kicked in afterwards. Might be the case of the whole Oliver McCall syndrome. Do you remember the Oliver McCall fight? When Oliver McCall fought Frank Bruno, and they said for 11 rounds he was like subdued, and then he came out and started throwing punches in the 12th round. They said that he was subdued. He was smoking weed, or Don King put him on some substance which kind of subdued Oliver McCall. AJ ruined match from Dazn, now ruining Derek James. Oh, wow, Liam. Damn, poor Adam. Well, Franklin has a chin. AJ's jealous of him. LOL. Anthony Joshua was afraid to let his hands go. Fred to let his hands go. Fred, yeah, he was. This should not have gone 12 rounds. Well, according to Uncle James Ellie-Bashir, it should have gone 12 rounds because he said it was going to go 12 rounds. He said that Joshua would not knock out Franklin. Was AJ concussed? He started clinching after the bell. He might have been. He might have been concussed. Who knows? What would the old aggressive AJ have KO'd Franklin? No guarantee. He probably walked onto something. Let's see what's going on here. Still waiting for Mr. Bashir. I don't know what he's doing. But if AJ thought he had it bad then, he's going to get crucified. He's going to get crucified. And he's going to walk around America. He's going to get it was bad when he went to America the first time. But the return of AJ, America and AJ are not a good mix. America and AJ are not a good mix. This is it. This is a nail in the coffin. Can AJ literally go over to America again? Do you know what I want to? Do you know the fight that AJ needs now? No word of a lie. AJ needs Jarrell Miller. AJ needs Jarrell Miller. Forget Dillian Whyte. AJ needs Jarrell Miller in America. AJ needs to fight Jarrell Miller in America, Madison Square Garden. Forget Dillian Whyte. Fight Jarrell Miller, Madison Square Garden in a firefight against Jarrell Miller. Redemption. Knock Jarrell Miller out. Don't think he can, but let me know. AJ not the same after getting knocked up by Riz, correct? Joshua versus White 3, the fight to make? No. Monday will be a field day, absolutely. Never mind Monday, 2 days going to be a field day. Who would be the next trainer? He should have gone to James Ellie-Bashir. He should have gone to James Ellie-Bashir. Should have gone to Bashir after the Parker fight. I said it. After the Parker fight, he should have gone to Bashir. I called it from then. Carlton Palmer, where are you? Carlton Palmer, where are you? These guys that go running into these caves and they disappear. All these AJ experts. White fight Chisora, non-pay-per-view, both retire. I don't like AJ's attitude after his last 2 fights. Always gets himself into bother. He's trying to be Mike Tyson. Is AJ well known at the streets of Texas? Well, he will be now for all the wrong reasons. That big dude can't fight. AJ did not look confident throughout. How many times did he keep looking to his corner? Needs McCracken's brilliant AJs. Well, Dillian can rematch Franklin as well. Do you want to see White versus Chisora 4? No, I don't. What's AJ fighting for? AJ either needs to retire. Eddie on suicide watch. Good. AJ needs to go back to Rob. Rob knows what he can and can't do. Won't confuse AJ with stuff late into his career, and he can't adjust well. Rob can't even save him now, mate. You probably will disagree with me, Ingram, but I think AJ is a good athlete who can throw a punch at Fury. If he fights Fury, Joyce, Big Baby Miller, Anderson, God forbid he fights Anderson. God forbid Anderson will take him. Anderson will take him to the cleaners. Anderson will take him to cleaners. Even now, I'll put Jared Anderson in with Joshua tomorrow. But Coley, no. Even Zhang, he would beat them. Would you watch Whyte versus Chisora 4? Hell no. No, I would not watch Whyte Chisora 4. For what? For what? So that's what it is. AJ is finished. All he needs now is to get laid out like a carpet. That's it. That's all that's waiting. Java will put AJ into orbit. Do you know what I would? Do you know the fight I would actually take now? Do you know the fight I would do now for AJ? Francis Ngannou. Francis Ngannou. You think I'm joking? Take the Ngannou fight. That's another fight I would take now, immediately. Like AJ needs to be back in the ring in the next 3-4 months. Get Francis Ngannou in there for the British title. Oh my gosh. Wilder just needs to iron him out. AJ and his team, plus Tony Bellew, Fanboy, needs to realize AJ is not the AJ he used to be. Well, he's realized that tonight, and it's frustrating. Who do you want to see Dillian Whyte fight next? Jarrell Miller. I want anybody. I need any of our guys to fight Jarrell Miller next. I actually liked the Jarrell Miller press conference with AJ. I enjoyed it. It was great fun, very entertaining. I would like to see Jarrell Miller again. Very entertaining because he don't like AJ. I think it's great. I've noticed anybody who actually stands up to AJ, who doesn't get caught up in the hype and doesn't get caught up in the big muscles, and anyone who stands up to AJ, he acts some way funny. Usyk stood up to him, acts some way funny. Ruiz stood up to him, acts some way funny. Now, what's his name stands up to him? What's his boy's name? Tonight, who fought him? Jerry Franklin stood up to him and started acting funny. Yeah, he'll say, Spencer Oliver will turn around and say, they're just disrespecting him. They don't respect you, You were two-time heavyweight champion of the world. And you were Olympic gold medalist, Josh. Don't worry about it. You're working with your new trainer. You're working some things. I saw you do some beautiful stuff. 2 steps to the left, 2 steps to the right. I like the way you did that. That was very nice. You showed, for a big man, you went 12 rounds, a good pace. Yeah, you shut Franklin down with a jab, and Spencer is going to always put something a little bit on top of it, bit of icing on top. Yeah, do you feel bad, Josh? Do you feel bad? I'd feel a bit bad too. The way the press get on top of you, they should give you a break, man. They don't respect you. Don't worry, it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Who should Wilder fight next? Usyk. Did you hear about Ken Buchanan? No, I didn't. Tell me about what happened with him. Fight confidence gone all wrong. I do believe Mr. Buchanan was on a few of my shows watching in. And I do believe it was him as well. Yeah, maybe. I think YouTube should do a selection of fighters' confidence gone wrong. Fighters that had confidence and fighters that lost confidence. No. You're not joking, are you? It's serious, right? Learning on job after being champ for 7 years, should be earning millions learning on the job. Well, he was still learning on the job when he was defending his title against Andy Ruiz, remember? Let's not forget that. 1, 2, 3. He was a good fighter, Mr. Buchanan. Great fighter. Everyone is avoiding Otto Wallin. Yeah, well, you know why, don't you? Otto Wallin versus Miller. Otto Wallin versus Hellenius. No, Hellenius is retired. He can't use Hellenius. I want a tall, long guy to fight him. Dubois. Otto Wallin versus Dubois. Good fight. End of Dubois, that would be. Otto Wallin versus... Let me think. Otto Wallin versus Jermaine Franklin. That'd be a nice fight as well to watch. Otto Wallin, Lukshite versus Sokolovsky. What happened to Ajit Kabayel? He beat Chisora years ago. I think Ajit Kabayel got done for drugs, I think. You guys seen the blood on AJ's shirt before he left the dressing room? That or it was ketchup. More conspiracy theories. Did it happen before? Was there a bust-up beforehand? Was there a bust-up beforehand for AJ to have his nose busted beforehand? Dripping blood? I don't know. AJ done with stadium fights until he fights the top 5. Yep, I think so. AJ versus Dillian Whyte, Bethnal Green. It was there. What was there? Yeah. Arsenal is next big thing. Massive Eastern European. No, he's not. I've seen that big-headed oaf get rocked. He's not that good. He's got terrible stamina as well. Is AJ White a stadium fight? No. It's a Bethnal, York Bethnal Green fight. Sorry. But of course they'll sell it and somebody tell you it's a stadium fight. Watch Joyce that he's fighting Zhang. And he wants to be careful in that fight against Zhang, and Zhang can really punch. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to talk very much more. Maybe I should play I should play maybe a little tune for AJ. Maybe I don't know. Have I got any tunes that I can play for AJ? Let me see if I can find one to sign us out for tonight. The old AJ has gone and will never return. Let me see if I can find something to play. Will any music play now? Let me see. We can find something here. StreamYard. No, that's too fast. Keep. That's two-step. AJ two-step. No, we can't have that one. Yeah, that's good. That's about right. We'll play that. Salute. Yes, Shane. How you doing, my friend? Play that in the background. As the montages of AJ knocking out Pulev, or not even knocking out Pulev, knocking out Kevin Johnson, knocking out Matt Skelton, knocking out Matt Legg. The montages that going past. AJ's career ended here. America against Andy Ruiz. Just play it in the background. Should put a picture up of AJ then. Should we get a picture up of AJ as well? Maybe just to kind of yeah. Bit erotic, isn't it? It's sort of like 90s erotic music. There we go. That's how Sky do it at the end. Remember Sky used to do it at the end? When your fighter got beat and you hear this music in the background and you go to bed crying after your guy was talking all that smack and he went to America and got beat up. Yeah, it's like that. The new dawn has come to an end after 12 rounds. Poor AJ. Titanic song. Big up Ingram. LOL. Someone said Titanic song. It should be that. Now the dream is over. I can't play that. I'll get done by copyright. AJ, pre-Amir Khan wife. Oh my God. AJ's done. completely shot mentally. LOL, get the oil out. Oh God, he's completely done mentally. Finished. Sorry, my friend. And if Derek James were to walk out on him, that would be the end of it. Can you imagine a trainer walking out on AJ now? Where would he go? He should have gone with James Bashir. AJ, you should have gone with James Bashir. You really should have gone with James Bashir. Andy Reese is AJ's landlord now. AJ knocking out Dillian. Really? Don't be so sure of that, mate. Right. Thank you all so much. I want to say thank you to StreamYard for the music. So, the new Dawn, Anthony Joshua and Jermaine Franklin, has gone to a points decision. Uncle Bashir was right, like he is about many things. Oh, yeah, we'll have to get Uncle Bashir in Sunday afternoon for this, and it's not going to be pretty. Thank you all so much for watching. This has been AJ versus Franklin. Hold on. Okay. AJ versus Franklin. Thank you so much for watching. As always, this is BWTM Sports. We're out. Have a good night and not a sleepless one.